In this video, we're talking about the top 10 Ms. Marvel decks so far in Marvel Snap. It's only just come out, but some decks have really emerged as top tier candidates. Now, I've included the win rates, but bots are getting absolutely feasted on by Ms. Marvel. They're not reading the board state at all. They're getting 8 cubed left and right, so be wary of the win rates. I included them because people like when I do, but I don't believe the 68% win rate against human players. I'll tell you that right now. But let's get started anyways. We got Ms. Marvel, Miss Dino. So Miss Dinosaur is absolutely a fantastic deck. I love the idea of running multiple packages together here. You have the Darkhawk package of Zabu, Rockslide, Korg, and Black Widow, and of course the Mystique, which loves the Darkhawk, but Mystique also loves Devil Dinosaur. It also loves Miss Marvel. There's so many packages here that are working. I love the Dr. Doom because Miss Marvel needs cards physically present at locations in order to get the buff. So Dr. Doom says, hey, no problem. These are 6 cost bots. They'll go over there and they'll make the buff count for Miss Marvel to get into the Sanctorums and stuff like that. A very capable list. I love it. Number 2, we have Miss Lockdown. Y'all love to see it. The Professor X Jeff Lockdown based deck, which just will not go away. But this is also running Storm and Legion. You'll love to see that. And of course, everyone's favorite card, Goliath. I mean, if you can storm one location, Professor X the other, and just guarantee that you know where they're going to play on turn 6, that's a lot of fun. That's some interactive gameplay. Hey, listen, Goliath, it's a thing. We got to just always, but you got to know, look, Goliath is coming, and there's going to be a deck out there that's performing with Goliath. It just so happens that Miss Lockdown is the deck right now that's utilizing Goliath for Mrs. Marvel. Then we got Miss Man-Thing, which is a great name. Love that name. It is a Man-Thing based deck running the Luke Cage here with Miss Marvel. You got the Orca, got the Spectrum, got a little bit of ongoing love. Orca, surprisingly good card with Miss Marvel here, so you'll love to see that. Orca making a comeback in the meta. I know this deck. It's my deck. Yes, my deck's running a 66% win rate. You got the Korg Nightcrawler. I love it. The Nightcrawler allows you to get the access to locations that Miss Marvel perhaps can't. It's running Ravonna. Now, Ravonna with the Revert coming to Mobius and Mobius on the OTA. Ravonna might get slapped on the cheeks a little bit, but here's the thing though, Mobius's nerf is pretty significant. It won't be as meta relevant as it was prior, so maybe, just maybe, Ravonna might be a-okay. But the deck really does revolve around Ravonna's discount here. You do have the Darkhawk base package. I love the Mystique Iron Man combo, Mystique, Miss Marvel combo, Mystique, Darkhawk bundle, and of course you do have the Onslaught to just punch even harder with Miss Marvel as well. Overall, I love this deck a lot. The disruption of Green Goblin and Hobgoblin never gets old, and it's a great deck that did me very, very well. Number 4, and then we go to number 5, and that's Miss Marvel's Ongoing. Miss Ongoing, I should say, at a 65% win rate. This is like, it's pretty inexpensive, honestly. Like, it's like basically a pool 2 deck with Miss Marvel in it. You got what you need here to actually clap some cheeks if you're kind of a relatively new player. Miss Marvel, you got the Spectrum, you got the Onslaught, you got the Claw, you got Namor making a list. Let's go, Namor. When was the last time you saw Namor in a deck? Very good. And if you're missing anything, which you probably don't, you could even get like a Luke Cage in here to help the Lizard out, which is nice, gives you some defense against locations. But overall, Miss Ongoing, 65%. You'll love to see it. Number 6 is Miss Invisible. The Iron Lad hits a lot of really good things here. It also allows you to potentially do a club onslaught play under under the Invisible Woman, which could be very valuable. Gives you a lot of mobility. The Storm Lockdown with Miss Marvel gives you additional reach, but also you could Mr. Fantastic, Miss Marvel, Claw, and then Onslaught. You go pretty vertical in one lane, and you're just pumping power out everywhere else, which is kind of cool in the point of this deck overall. Fantastic. Marvel, Claw, Onslaught. Beautiful. Match made in heaven. Number 6, Miss Invisible. Miss SuperSkrull, 65%. This is for the people that want to play the decks and try to, like, you know, get the best deck they can while also just countering the snot out of every mirror match, because everyone's playing Darkhawk right now, everyone's playing Miss Marvel, everyone's playing Onslaughts and Iron Mans and Mystiques, and why don't you just play them all with SuperSkrull? So SuperSkrull just absolutely claps the cheeks of the mirror match, so that's exactly what this deck is designed to do. At number 7, if you're looking to just laugh in the face of your opponent and snap for those 8 cubers when they're going with their deck that, oh, you're so ready to pound on, then this is the deck you go for. SuperSkrull. Sometimes the meta is just perfect for the SuperSkrull. Then we got Miss Guardians, a Guardians of the Galaxy base deck. This was one that was kind of popular in the past, and now it's seeing some resurgence with Miss Marvel running a 64% win rate. You got a little bit of lockdown there. You got the Professor X with the Jeff, but of course you got the reach of the Mr. Fantastic and the Miss Marvel. Very capable deck, and anytime you got Professor X, you got a Goliath coming alongside it as well. This particular deck runs Daredevil, which is not seeing as much play in the past. Well, I mean, he was broken for the longest time, so I guess that's nice that it's been fixed. Miss Guardians, running a 64% win rate at number 8. Number 9, we got Miss Ramp. I like this deck a lot. We got the Galactus gamers out there getting a little bit of love. And the nice thing about Galactus is Miss Marvel will be there and Galactus will land and get the buff from Miss Marvel. So it's basically a 10 Galactus. That's a thing. It helps to kind of ensure the Galactus land, which is kind of cool. But other than that, like, honestly, the deck just works. 64% win rate. That's nothing. That's not too shabby. We don't want to see Galactus back in the meta, but unfortunately, it does have a pretty positive interaction with Miss Marvel. So that's something worth considering. Number 9, Miss Ramp. And we're going to close it out here with Mrs. Sandman. Miss Sandman here, it is a ramp-based deck. Of course, we have the Doctor Doom. We got Miss Marvel. We don't have the Odin here because, of course, you don't want to oversaturate the board with 6 drops. You have the Orca, which, you know, I'm always going to be a fan of. But, of course, the Sandman. You got the Wave, you got the Electro. Classic Sandman gameplay, but with Miss Marvel, you're adding a lot of pressure on the board. And then, of course, you can Doctor Doom and you can Orca. Doctor Doom, well, you can't Doctor Doom and Orca because that kind of screws things up a little bit. But you can Orca one lane, Professor X another on, well, you can Professor X early, nice and early on turn 4, then you can Orca, then you can Alliance. There's so many options you have here, and of course Sandman being very restrictive, while playing your Doom and your Miss Marvel allows you to reach, and then Miss Marvel's reach is confirmed by the Dooms themselves. That's why Odin's not here, because you can't play Odin on top of the Doom, because you'll replicate the bots. Regardless, Miss Sandman coming in at number 10. Miss Marvel doing some work in the current meta. I hope this video was helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Regardless, guys, I love you, and we'll hope to see you in that next Marvel Snap video.